Next, come to compiler. A compiler is a special program. You heard about this term compiler. Compiler itself is a program, and that is a special program that processes statements written in a particular programming language and turns them into some machine language or code that's a computer's processor uses. So typically a programmer writes language statement in language such as your Pascal हो या फिर C one line at a time using an editor. So the file that is created contains what are called your source statement. So here the programmer then run the appropriate language compiler specifying the name of the file that contains the source statement. Okay. So in general, the compiler is a computer program which helps you to transform the source code written in your high level language into the low level machine language. So it translates the code written in one programming language to some other language without changing the meaning of the code. Means whenever it's in a high level language and whenever it is converted into a machine language, then the meaning is same. So the compiler also makes the end code efficient, which is optimized for execution time and the memory space. So this compiling process includes various translation mechanism and error detections. So here compiler process goes through lexical analysis, system syntax and semantic analysis at the front end, and the code generation and optimization at the back end. So here we will learn about different phases of the compiler, like your lexical system, semantic analysis, code generation, code optimizations. Okay, so here you can see the diagram. This here the compiler is there. High level languages, like you see that you write the program, that's the source program, and you compile it. So when you are compiling a program, it will generate some error and you have to rectify the error, then you run it. Okay, so whatever program you get, that is your low level language or the machine जो language समझ में आता है वही है. Okay, so when executing this type of program, or we can say when executing or running the compiler first passes or analyzes all the language statements syntactically one after the another, and then in one or more successive stages or passes builds the output code, making sure that the statements that refers to other statements are referred to correctly in the final code. So in traditionally, the output of this compilation has been called your object code that you see here, and it means whenever you compile it, then the code you get, that is your object code, or sometimes an object code module. Okay, so the object code is a machine code that the processor can execute one instruction at a time. So in case of Java, you learn that both the compiler interpreter both are used. So your Java programming language, that is a language used in your object-oriented programming, that introduced the possibility of the compiling output that can run on any computer system platform for which a Java virtual machine or bytecode interpreter is provided to convert the bytecode into instructions. Like you see that whenever the source code is compiled, then it will generate your bytecode. Okay, so in Java we learn that term, that is your bytecode. Okay, so that converts the bytecode into instructions that can be executed by the actual hardware processor, and using these virtual machines, the bytecode can optionally be recompiled at the execution platform by a just-in-time compiler. That is your just-in-time compiler. You can see that is यहाँ पे आपका जावा में नॉर्मली यू सी दैट आपका इंटरप्रेटर भी रहता है. सो इंटरप्रेटर आपका जो इंटरप्रेटर रहता है दैट इज मशीन इंडिपेंडेंट मशीन डिपेंडेंट बिकॉज इस सिस्टम का आर्किटेक्चर डिफरेंट रहता है, हार्डवेयर सिस्टम अलग रहता है, तो उसका जो इंटरप्रेटर ये भी रहता है दैट इज अलग रहता है. बट ये आपका जो जावा इज ए प्लेटफॉर्म मशीन इंडिपेंडेंट लैंग्वेज. And here you can see that whenever your JVM जो रहता है जावा वर्चुअल मशीन्स, उसके अंदर आप देखोगे कैसे वो दैट कन्वर्ट द object code and whatever the byte code converted into the machine code. Okay, so that is called here key, that is recompiled at the execution platform by a just-in-time compiler. Okay, so traditionally in some operating system an additional step was required after the compilations, and that of resolving the relative locations of the instructions and data when more than one object modules was to be run at the same time and they cross-referred to each other's instructions sequences of the data. So this process was sometimes called linkage editing, and the output known as your load module. Okay, so there are major functions of done by the compiler, like here. So before going to this, so we learn that what is the different functions done by your compiler, like your compiler is used to convert one form of the program to another, and a compiler should convert the source program to a target machine code in such a way that the generated target code should be easy to understand. Compilers should preserve the meaning of the source code, and compilers should report errors that occurs during the compilation process, and the compilation must be done efficiently. So here other functions like your it is a translator, translators from one representation of the program to another, and high level source code to low level machine code or object code. Okay, and this source code is normally optimized for human readable form, you can say, and also redundant to help the avoid programmer errors, like your machine code is optimized for the hardware, redundancy is reduced, information about the intent is lost if it's not maintained. So how to translate it, like a source code and machine code mismatch in level of abstraction. So we have to take some steps to go from the source code to machine code. So some languages are farther from machine code than others. Goals of the translation is the high level of abstraction, good performance for generated code, good compile time performance, maintainability code. Okay. So next we see. So here you can see that programmers are there, and there is an editor where you write your program, and that is called as your source program. Then a compiler is there that convert into the target code. First maybe it's converted into the assembly code, and the assembly code is then converted by the assembler into the machine code, and there is a linker which link a program and resolve the machine code, and there is a loader which helps to load the program into the memory, and executable image will be generated, and here execution on the target machine code will be generated. So this is the normally end up with the error. If there is an error, there is a debugger. It will execute under the control of the debugger and debugging the result. And then programmer does manual correction of the code, then again do the same. Okay, so next we will learn about the types of compiler. So there are three types of compiler. In somehow it's written as two types of compiler, like single pass compiler, two pass compiler, or multi-pass compiler. Okay, so in single pass compiler, source code directly transformed into the machine code. For example, the Pascal language. So here you can see a program of your Pascal language. Okay, so here each word had different meaning you can see here, and here you see that the high level language, how it converted into the low level language. So all the pages are in a single module, like your lexical analyze page, syntax analyze page, semantic analyze page, intermediate code generation, and your code optimization, that you will learn in your pages of the compiler. Okay. So in the above diagram, all the 6 pages are grouped into a single module, and some points of the single pass compiler is one pass or single pass compiler is that type of compiler that passes through the part of each compilation unit exactly once. And the second point, single pass compiler is faster and smaller than the multi-pass compiler. And one of the disadvantages of the single pass compiler is that it is less efficient in comparison with a multi-pass compiler. So here single pass compiler is one that processes the input exactly once. So going directly from the lexical analysis to code generator and then going back for the next read. So there are problems which related with this single pass compiler, like here we cannot optimize very well due to the context of expressions are limited, as we can't back up and the process it again show grammar should be limited or simplified. Command interpreters such as your BAS, SH, TCSH can be used here, that can be considered as a single pass compiler, but they also execute entry as soon as they are processed. So in two pass compiler, you see this is the front end and this is the back end, and this is the intermediate code representations. So in the front end it maps legal code into intermediate representations, and back end it maps intermediate representation onto the target machines. So the two pass compiler methods also simplifies the retargeting process, and it allows multiple front ends. So a two pass or multi-pass compiler is a type of compiler that processes the source code or abstract syntax tree of a program multiple times. So here this is divided into two phases, that is your lexical, syntax and semantics and intermediate code is the first pass, and the code optimization and code generation is a second pass. Okay, next come to your multi-pass compiler. So here the front end is there, middle end is there, back end is there. So the multi-pass compiler processes the source code or syntax tree of a program several times. So it divided a large program into multiple small programs and process them. So it develops multiple intermediate code like you see here, and all this multi-pass take the output of the previous phase, like your middle end takes the output of the front end, back end takes the output of the middle end. Okay, so it develops multiple intermediate codes, and all of these multi-pass take the output of the previous page as an input. So it requires less memory, and it's also known as your wide compiler. So if we want to design a compiler for different programming languages for same machine, in this case for each programming language there is a requirement of making front end or first pass for each of them, and only one back end or second pass. Okay, like you will see programming language, different programming language are there. There is the front end and there is one back end is there, and this is the system and machine. So if we want to design a compiler for same programming language for different machines or systems, in this case we make different backend and for different machine systems, and make only one front end for same programming language. Like you see here, one front end is there and different backend is there for different machines. Okay, and one programming language is there. So there states for language processing systems. So before knowing about the concept of the compiler, you first need to understand a few other tools which work with the compiler. Like you see here, the source program, then the preprocessor is there that modified the source program, and the compiler is there that generates the target assembly language program, and that is converted through the assembler, and that's include the library files. Read locatable machines code will be there, and linker and loader will be there. Then you get the target machine code. The preprocessor is considered as a part of the compiler, and it is a tool which produces input for compiler. So it deals with macro processing, augmentations, language extension, etc. And here an interpreter is used. An interpreter is compiled which translates the high level language into low level machine code language. So the main difference between the both is that interpreter reads and transforms the code by line, that reads but compiler reads the entire code at once and creates the machine code. And here you can see the assembler, it translates the assembly language code into the machine understandable language, and the output result of the assembler is known as an object file, which is a combination of machine instruction as well as the data required to store the instruction in the memory. And here you can see a linker is there. What is the work of this linker? So linker helps you to link and merge the various object files to create an executable file, and all these files you can see that have been compiled with separate assemblers. So the main task of a linker is to search for called modules in a program and to find out the memory locations where all the modules are stored. Loader का काम क्या है कि the loader is the part of the operating system which performs the task of loading executable files into the memory and run them, and it also calculates the size of the program which creates additional memory space. Cross compiler रहता है which helps it or we can say that this cross compiler is a platform which helps you to generate the executable code. Then the source to source compiler रहता है. The source to source compiler is a term used when the source code of one programming language is translated into the source of the another language. Okay. Next we see the difference between the or we can compare the compiler and the interpreter. Okay, so here you can see that in compiler it works as the source code is compiled by the compiler and generates the machine code, and it gets the output. And the source code here, in the how interpreter works, source code, then interpreter is there, then output is generated. Means here the whole code is generated and converted into the machine code and get the output. But here it is statement by statement, line by line वो interpret करता है. So what is the difference between the compiler and interpreter is, compiler is a language processor which converts the high level language to the low level language and vice versa. Interpreter is a language processor which converts the high level language to low level language and the vice versa. It converts the language, it converts all the language, also the language. It is a high level language, it is the high level language same, and it can be used to find errors in source program, and Java can be the example for it. It can also be used to find errors in some program, and Java can be the example for it also, as Java is both Java has both compiler and interpreter. So some difference between that are कि आपका जो compiler में यहाँ पे आपका the interpreter converts the source code line by line during the runtime. Compiler reads the source code, output executable code, and here the translate software written in the high level language into instruction that computer can understand, and it converts the text that a programmer writes into a format the CPU can understand. And the process of compilation is relatively complicated, so it spends a lot of time analyzing and processing the program, and the executable result is some form of machine specific binary code. An interpreter interprets complete translates a program written in the high level language into the machine level language, and this interpreter allows evaluation and modification of the program while it is executing, and relatively less time spent for analyzing and processing the program because it's done by line, and program execution is relatively slow as compared to the compiler. Okay, so there are many other comparisons, and there are various differences are there. In the next class we will study about features of the compiler.